You log into your bank app, see $50,000 sitting untouched in your checking account, and you feel smart. It is more cash than most people have on hand, so you naturally assume you are ahead. I kept $40,000 in cash for 3 years because it felt secure. What I didn't realize was that doing so cost me over $12,000 in purchasing power. Here's the math behind that loss. A typical checking account pays a yield of 0.01%. When you measure that against inflation, which averaged 3.8% over the last 3 years, the result is a net annual loss of 3.79%. That means your $50,000 loses real value every single year. In year 1, you lose $1,895 in purchasing power. In year 2, you lose another $1,823. By year 3, you are down another $1,754. You didn't spend a dime. You didn't make a bad investment. You just let the money sit. That illusion of safety acts as an active, compounding financial drain. Over a 10-year period, that drain becomes severe. $50,000 left alone will eventually only buy what $34,500 buys today. This financial loss occurs without you spending a single dollar or making a bad investment. It works exactly like a taxi meter running inside your savings account. The car is parked, you aren't going anywhere, but the fare just keeps climbing. Sitting completely still is the most expensive action your cash can take, and the vast majority of people are completely unaware it is happening. This chart compares 2 paths over a 10-year timeline. The line dropping steadily shows $50,000 in a checking account, losing $15,000 in purchasing power. The line curving upwards shows that same $50,000 invested in an S&P 500 index fund, growing at an average 8% to reach over $107,000. Putting your money to work creates a $73,000 gap compared to parking it. This financial reality represents a permanent gap created by a single decision made a decade ago. The reason most people choose the losing path comes down to fear. They see market volatility and decide it's too risky to participate. Keeping cash in a locked safe doesn't protect the money. It simply ensures the value evaporates securely behind closed doors. The data counters that fear. The S&P 500 has never lost money over any 20-year period in its recorded history. That track record includes the severe economic conditions of the Great Depression. It includes the massive panic and institutional failures of the 2008 financial crisis. It even includes the recent COVID crash. You will experience temporary dips along the way, but over a 20-year timeline, the market trajectory always finishes higher than where it started. Fixing this takes less than an hour. First, calculate 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Put that exact amount into a high-yield savings account earning between 4 and 5% interest to serve as your emergency fund. Once that emergency threshold is met, every dollar above that line needs to be invested. This flowchart demonstrates the split. With $50,000 and monthly expenses of $4,000, you route $24,000 into a high-yield savings account for safety. You then route the remaining $26,000 into index funds for growth. This one-time action balances total protection against short-term emergencies with the necessary growth for wealth. To see exactly how much this matters, look at 2 identical people who each start with $50,000 today and wait 20 years. Person A keeps all of it in a checking account. 2 decades later, they are left with a real purchasing power of just $28,000. This side-by-side bar chart shows person B, who split their money between a high-yield savings account and investments. They finish with $159,800 in real value. Cash is exclusively a short-term safety net. It is never a long-term strategy for wealth. Standard bank accounts allow your wealth to disappear in slow motion while you believe it is being protected.